She doesn't know who Lala is.
Well, it's not a real name.
It's not a real name.
There's a start with a therapist. Raquel is in a mental facility.
Okay.
No visitors. There's a start with a therapist.
Run.
Sandoval is like a big brother to Raquel.
Nothing has happened between Raquel and I.
What grabbed my attention the most was just that Tom and Raquel were alone.
Like, nothing.
I would trust him in the same bed with her.
Like, that wouldn't happen between, you know.
I see nothing weird about that. I would dance with Sandoval at the Abbey at 2:30 a.m.
I've been friends with Sandoval for years, and I've never gone out with him alone dancing at 1 a.m.
Like, me and Katie.
But just because it's Raquel, it must be something else.
That I know.
Hey, what's up? I'm going to be analyzing more Vanderpump Rules, episode 12. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Let's get into it. This episode is called Beach Don't Kill My Vibe. That's a really cute name, and you'll see later why it's called that. It has something to do with James at the beach and someone trying to kill his vibe. It's a pretty cute name. Once again, I'm only going to be talking about the most relevant things that happen, and I'm going to be analyzing everybody's behaviors with a particular emphasis on Raquel and Sandoval, because as we know, Scandoval is going on by this point, and they are officially hiding it from the group. It's no longer just one night something happened. No, they are full in the thick of Scandoval. So let's check out their behaviors during this time, and it's quite shocking.
What a night. I feel like death. I'm never drinking again, honestly.
I like how in the beginning we see James super hungover, because they party so hard and no one's ever hungover, so it's kind of nice to see, like, cool. I wonder if I would ever be able to keep up with them, so it's kind of nice to see that even they get hungover and feel like crap the next day.
Die.
The first relevant thing is that Lala and Katie get together, and it's basically like a recap of Lala's birthday. Katie's drinking in the morning, having the hair of the dog, you know, and it's very unlike her character, but I guess she's changing a lot these days. Lala had a great birthday. She was super happy to see Raquel because of the whole mistress situation with Oliver, so she asks Katie during this conversation, do you ever see you and Raquel making up? And it's kind of funny that she asks this because her and Raquel just made up. So it's like, are you asking because now you want them to make up because you guys made up? Back when Christina had a conversation with Sheena trying to make up with her, Lala at the table was like, did you know about this to Katie? Like, they're making up. Are you cool with that? That's like your enemy, you know? And then it goes around to her birthday where her and Raquel make up. So Lala and Raquel are getting along now because their main beef was that Raquel called Lala a mistress. So that's really what she was upset about. And then she also was upset about betraying Katie and making out with Schwartz. So you would think she would still kind of be mad about that and say something about that when they were like talking outside. But no, she made up with her, and I think that was really genuine of her. But now she has to deal with the wrath of Katie. So she's like, are you gonna make up with Raquel one day? Because she wants to know, like, hey, her and I made up, so are you cool with this? Are you gonna make up with her one day?
Mops.
Do you think there's any coming back for you and Raquel?
Sure, but like, I'm trying to keep all the distance.
And Katie's basically like, no, I don't want to be looking over my shoulder all the time with somebody like Raquel. She doesn't trust her, and she's super right on this one, guys. She kind of seems stubborn if you don't really know what's going on, but she turns out to be right. So Lala doesn't really fight her about this, but I guess it's okay that Lala made up with Raquel. So they just had this little conversation. It's interesting because Katie's kind of been giving me like Snow White Evil Queen vibes, and I wondered why, because like the Evil Queen is really like scary looking, and it's not the hag version, okay? It's like the one with the red lips and everything, but I'm like, she's a little too scary. But now I really know why it is. She's not giving me Evil Queen from the Disney movie. She's giving me Evil Queen from Once Upon a Time. So it's not as evil looking, it's more like modern, and I just see a lot of similarities. It's kind of funny. I don't know why she's been giving me Evil Queen vibes, but I finally figured it out.
I want to light them both on fire.
The walls should stay away from me.
Lala and Katie talk about how everybody's calling Raquel a mistress, and Katie's like, yeah, that's what I was telling Sandoval. Raquel's really getting it online for this whole Oliver situation. And then Sandoval's like, you really seem to enjoy this. And Katie's like, yeah, so then I brought up the Abby situation. Like, well, you really seem to enjoy Raquel because you were at the Abbey with her at 1 a.m.
Every article on the internet is calling her a mistress. I was telling Sandoval, like, she's getting it. You seem like you're enjoying this. Yes! And I was like, you seem like you enjoy her at the Abbey at 1 a.m. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Full person.
Who saw them, Allie? After see you next Tuesday.
And Lala's like laughing that she brought this up. So it's something that's being talked about, you know, like it didn't just die out in episode 11, this whole situation. And I'll make a video and talk about that more because that episode is insane. But yeah, they're just reiterating this whole Abby situation. Katie brought it up to Sandoval last episode, and now Katie's telling Lala that she brought it up to Sandoval. And Katie makes a comment here.
Tom and Raquel were alone, and I've never gone out with him alone dancing at 1 a.m. I've been friends with Sandoval for years.
So Katie has an interesting definition of friendship. She calls Schwartz her bestie even though they can't get along, and Sandoval a friend even though they hate each other.
So just remember that she makes that comment because that is going to be pretty interesting. Katie says also that Raquel has said that if she has one too many drinks, she cannot control what she does. And Lala's like, I know. So that's kind of interesting too because of the whole, I think Raquel might have like an issue with alcohol like James kind of did. It kind of reaffirms that. Like I hope that she's not wasted throughout this whole thing. You have the Toms getting together in the next scene at a food truck and they're talking about the party.
By the way, I had a conversation with Raquel.
She gives,
My girl, bro, no, we did not do that. We didn't make out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have so much more of an appreciation for Raquel.
Dude, she is dope.
Schwartz says like, oh, I had a conversation with Raquel, by the way. And Sandoval's like, did you guys, and Schwartz is like, no making out. And then Sandoval's like, oh, yeah. And it kind of seems funny, like, you know that he's hooking up with her. So the way that he's asking, this is definitely like he's double checking if anything happened between them for his own intel because he's dating her. Schwartz is like, I really like Raquel, but I don't know why I'm not more attracted to her.
I don't know why I'm not more attracted to her.
And Sandoval's like, you don't have to be.
You don't have to be. You don't have to be.
There's no, like, sexual chemistry.
Really?
Like, please don't be, because I'm with her. It's like so obvious the way that he's talking. And then Schwartz is like, yeah, I just get a feeling that, I don't know, she's like into someone else, you know? And then Sandoval's like, just not saying anything.
I have this, like, gut feeling that she kind of has a crush on someone else.
Yeah? Yeah?
I don't know.
And that's the end of Schwartz pursuing Raquel. So this conversation is pretty crucial because it's basically Schwartz confirming to Sandoval that he's not interested in Raquel, he's not going to be going after her, and that makes me wonder if he knows about the relationship at this point. Because Sandoval has revealed that shortly after Mexico, like right after Mexico, he told Schwartz what's up.
That's what's up.
So I thought maybe after the kiss, he told him what's going on because it kind of bothered him and he wanted him to know, like, hey, don't pursue her. I'm actually, like, you know, with her, kind of. And it makes me think that he knows because he's having this conversation on air, you know, for all of us to see that Schwartz is not interested in Raquel. It's like a definitive moment. It's almost like Sandoval told Schwartz, like, hey man, people are getting really crazy about you and Raquel. I know it was just a little thing and you didn't know that we had something going on, but can we just like have a conversation and make it clear that that wasn't serious and you guys aren't interested in each other? And Schwartz is like, yeah, totally, dude, I'll do that. And then they have this little conversation because, I don't know, it just seems too uncanny, like too eerie of a conversation to be happening right now. Or you can think Schwartz doesn't know about it and he actually is like, I'm not interested in Raquel, and Sandoval's like, thank goodness, you know? But I really think that this is a forced conversation and they look so cringy right now. So I know Sandoval's like acting because he's really interested in Raquel, so he's like, yeah, it's cool, you don't have to like her. You can tell he's acting, but I get a little bit of an acting vibe from Schwartz as well. Like, I get the feeling she's interested in someone else. Like, I don't know, it feels a little bit TV.
I don't know why I'm not more attracted to her.
So I think that he knows at this point. And he says, like, there's no sexual chemistry, and Sandoval's like, really? Like, he's super shocked because he's like, how could there not be? What do you mean, dude? Really, no sexual chemistry? And right after Schwartz says he's not interested in Raquel, he's like, so how are you and Ariana? Like, opening up this conversation for Sandoval to be like, things aren't great, and like start building towards like, we're breaking up. Because Schwartz is probably under the presumption that they're breaking up soon. Like, Sandoval probably said, me and Raquel are hooking up, but don't worry, I'm not hurting Ariana. Like, I'm trying to break up with her and end it smoothly. So Schwartz literally right here is like, so how are things with you and Ariana? Like, giving Sandoval the opening to start going through with his plan of like slowly, you know, breaking up with Ariana. So this is an opening for Sandoval to complain about Ariana. And he does. He's like, you know, I feel like she kind of thinks I'm dumb, everything I say, and she's like dismissive of me. So that's something that can be annoying. And in his confessional, this is the first time we've ever heard him say that he doesn't think that they're right for each other. Like, he makes some sort of comment like, I don't know if we're gonna work out or stay together forever because of this, because she thinks I'm kind of dumb.
Can you even see like where I'm coming from? Like, for 1 second.
She's quick to be dismissive of you, and that's a slippery slope in a relationship.
It definitely pulls into question the person I love that thinks I'm dumb or like annoying, like whether Ariana and I are right for each other.
And I think that that's like wrong for him to say. Like, it's like coping, you know, like, you know, it's not going to work out for various reasons. Like, you're trying to plan an escape. You know, it's not going to work out because you're hooking up with somebody else. You know, you don't want it to work out. Because saying like, oh, I don't think we're going to make it because she makes you feel dumb, it's like so many other things have happened and you guys stick it out and you guys are loyal to each other. You guys are a caring, great couple who stand by each other. And this one little issue you're having is going to break you so easily. Like, oh, we're not going to make it through this. Why not? Like, you guys always fight through everything. Like, you can tell that Sandoval has given up on the relationship and he's trying to find any little excuse to hang it up on. Like, well, she thinks I'm dumb, so we can't be together. Like, what? I think you're just making something up, you know? Like, you've never been, like, Mr. Einstein in this relationship, you know? She's not with you for your intelligence. Like, what do you mean? You're just trying to nitpick. Ariana wants to fertilize the eggs, and so he has to go on a cleanse. I think his biggest issue with the cleanse is that he's never gone longer than 3 days without drinking, okay? So that's his problem, is he doesn't want to not be able to drink, literally. He was fighting about it last episode. So anyway, he has to go on this cleanse to fertilize the eggs, and like, he doesn't seem that happy about it, and Schwartz is like, oh, you're just doing it because of whatever. This is a very serious issue, the fertilizing eggs. Like, this could be a reason for a breakup. So they're getting into this heavy topic, and Sandoval's like, well, you know, this is where I think Sandoval might have a little bit of a point. Not the thinking he's dumb thing, but the fertilizing thing, because he's like, she's fertilizing the eggs, but I'm kind of like, when are we gonna have kids? When we're 40 or 50? Which he's already 40, by the way. But he's like, when are we gonna have the kids? And that does make sense. He's thinking long term. I thought before, like, you always wanted children, she's agreeing to have children, and you're not excited. Like, this is so messed up. But I think it does start to make sense a little bit when you think like, oh, okay, he's not that excited to go do the cleanse and fertilize the eggs because he wants to like think about getting pregnant and having the children. This is just giving them more time to like not have the kids, you know, like a couple more years, 10 more years, they have the eggs fertilized now. So like, to him, it doesn't really sound like they're gonna be having kids anytime soon. Ariana even says like, I don't even know what we'll do with them. So I guess I can see why he's not that excited, but that just makes it sound like they're not communicating enough. You don't feel like anything's gonna happen with the eggs. You don't understand why you guys are doing it. Like, this sounds like it could be solved with the conversation between the two of them, like a very open conversation, you know? So yeah, I do see why he's a little bit pessimistic about the fertilizing eggs. Before I was just thinking he's just being like a jerk, but I mean, there's a little bit of validity to it, but you're cheating, so who cares what you think? And I do admit this season that they have been disagreeing on a lot of topics. Like, Sandoval will try to get into it with Katie or Lala, and Ariana will walk away. But that's not a reason to break up. You guys just need to work through your issues. Like, this is not a reason to call it quits.
I not only love Ariana, I work on our love. Nearly start up every single day with a dumpling latte. Because I know it makes us so happy. Oh God, thanks, Tom.
Does she reciprocate?
No.
And then Sandoval makes the dumbest comment I've ever heard. Oh my gosh. He's literally like, I wake her up with the dumpling latte. I wake her up with the dumpling latte every day, every morning, because I know she likes it. Like, that's what I do to show her that I care, you know? And then Schwartz is like, and does she reciprocate that? And Sandoval's like, no. It's like, is this supposed to be like some sort of epiphany or something, you know? Like, no, she doesn't do that for me. Like, okay. You make her a dumpling latte.
Because I know it makes us so happy.
That's how you show your love? But you're cheating on her. Why are you guys bringing up that you make dumpling lattes all the time and you're so nice? Like, dude, you're cheating on her. Like, I almost think Sandoval's trying to justify what's about to happen, that he's gonna break up with her soon. He's trying to be like, and I'm a good boyfriend. I make dumpling lattes. It's like, really? You're cheating. Like, if it had not come out that he was cheating, maybe he would look like he tries his best and it's not good enough for Ariana. But it's like, you are not trying your best. You are doing a horrible job at being a boyfriend. And you're talking about making dumpling lattes at a time like this? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. I was like so upset when I heard him talking about the damn dumpling latte, okay?
Dumpling latte.
You need to be dumped, okay, bro? Like, stop with the dumpling latte. And this also makes me think that they're building towards breaking up with Ariana. This makes me think that Schwartz knows that he wants to break up with her. Because he's like, I make dumpling lattes for her. That's how caring I am. And if you are like trying to make him like Ariana, you might say something like, see, that's really sweet of you. It makes you happy to make her happy, you know? I think you guys just need to talk a little more. There you go. That's me trying to patch it up. But saying,
Does she reciprocate?
And does she reciprocate? Obviously no. He's not making a dumpling latte and some morning she makes it. Like, no, that's his little thing he does for her. You're saying that because it's confirmation bias. To give Sandoval a moment to say, no, she doesn't. Leading to, like, our relationship is crap. Not our relationship is good. So, like, Schwartz is, like, building on this, like, oh, your relationship sucks, you know? This makes me really think that Schwartz knows at this point. The next scene is James and Allie together in their apartment, and James is making a PB&J, which is so funny. Like, we all make PB&Js. I guess that's his chef qualifications there. Might as well throw in some macaroni there too. Allie is doing the astrology signs. I knew this was gonna be her thing because she brought it up before. So she's like, oh yeah, you're fiery, you love PDA. I could have told you those things. Anyway, I do believe in signs, but she's just going a little far with it. Color coordinating even. But good for you. I'm actually starting to like Allie a lot more because she does have a lot of personality. I'm starting to see that. She came across kind of like, you know, but she's pretty witty, so I kind of like her. She has the conversation with James about telling Katie and Christina and Lala about them seeing Sandoval at the Abbey with Raquel. That's a tongue twister. So they talk about it, and she says that Katie told her, oh, they don't really have that many rules, like Ariana and Sandoval. Most relationships, you wouldn't want your boyfriend out at 1 a.m. with another girl, but they don't really have rules like that. So James takes this as they have an open relationship. And Allie's like, so you think that what Katie says is implying that they have an open relationship? James is like, yeah, that's probably what she means.
What did you say to Katie, like, exactly?
We went to the Abbey and we see Raquel and Tom alone. She thought it was weird he was just with Raquel. She said something about them not having a lot of rules.
It sounds to me that Katie is saying Tom and Ariana are in an open relationship.
Katie implied no rules. You think that she meant an open relationship?
Yeah.
I'm kind of just worried. I don't know what to do. Should I just like talk to Ariana about it?
And Allie's like, I don't know, all this is getting complicated. Do you think I should go to Ariana and tell her what I saw? Like, that I saw Sandoval and Raquel at the Abbey together and just, like, squash this. And James is like, no, you don't want to bring that to Ariana. You don't want to be the person that does that. So Allie's like, yeah, you're right, I don't. So James is so hilarious. And again, he's right. He's like, you know what? Why don't you bring it up to Sheena? Because Sheena and Ariana are best friends. They've been friends for a long time. So Sheena could be the one to talk to Ariana about it. And he says, Sheena loves drama. She will love talk. She loves gossip. She loves drama. Like, she will eat this up if you tell her this.
I would talk to Sheena. She's the closest with Ariana.
Yeah.
You know what? Sheena loves to gossip too. I love it.
Hilarious, because like I say, Sheena, you know, she loves gossip. So he's right again. Like, James is just always right about these situations. I'm starting to like Allie because she steps up to James, you know, like I thought that he needed a girl that was a little more fiery, that would not take his nonsense, and she appears to be like that. So that's why I'm starting to like her. Before, he was like eating the lettuce out of her mouth and she wasn't saying anything, but yeah, literally she's like, that's not how signs work, and I told you a million times. It's like, you go girl, you go Glen Coco. They talk about Lala's party and Raquel showing up, and James is like, come on, give me a break. Of course, Raquel had to know that Oliver was married. She's always on her phone. And I think he might be right about that one too. So this is the first time we hear about this open relationship, and the open relationship rumors have started. So it happened because Katie mentioned Ariana and Sandoval not having that many rules, and James took that as an open relationship.
It sounds to me that Katie is saying Tom and Ariana are in an open relationship.
So did this rumor start with Katie? In a way, because she said they don't have many rules, but she did not mean open relationship. I don't think that's what she meant. James, however, interpreted it that way. Jeez. So I think this is just another Vanderpump telephone game where as soon as it gets down to the main person, it's totally twisted and turned, and that's what's happening right now. We're seeing it come from Katie as they don't really have many rules in their relationship, going to James as they have an open relationship, and we'll see where it travels next. Allie wanted it to go to Ariana, but it looks like it's going to be going to Sheena. We'll see in what form or what context. And James also brings up that it makes sense that they would have an open relationship because the whole thing with Lala happened in the back of the car, you know, when her and Ariana had like a little moment and Sandoval was driving. And that does make me wonder, because I remember when that happened, I was like, is Sandoval just totally cool with that? Like, I mean, whatever, you know, like, I don't really care, but I just found it interesting. Like, oh, okay, that's just normal, you know, like, whatever. So, yeah, James brings this up to back up that they probably have an open relationship. Oh yeah, and James says that if Allie goes to Ariana, he's like, you don't want to do that. That would be a muddy puddle.
You don't want to just like tell Ariana.
No, I don't.
That is a muddy puddle.
And it makes me feel like he should have said that would have been a muddy putty. Sorry. Next, Ariana and Katie meet up at the sandwich shop and they talk about the arrangements they're going to be making. So they're looking for investors now because they don't want to put only their money into the restaurant. They want some help. And Ariana makes a funny comment and she's like, yeah, you know, we're not going to just like drain all our money into like some restaurant that never opens.
Investor meetings coming up too. Are you gonna get investors in? Mm-hmm. Katie and I need to put some of our own money into this business. I don't want it to get to a point where like watching our bank accounts just dwindle into nothing while I'm trying to get a restaurant open.
She says, I don't want to watch our bank accounts dwindle into nothing. So it's kind of funny because I think it's putting Sandoval on blast. Like, dang, bro, how much you got in your bank account? Because I think it's dwindling into nothing. That's good to know. At least you left him while his bank account is dwindling, girl. Good for you. You don't have to deal with that mess anymore. It's super funny. Like, it's a dig at Sandoval, and it's so worth it. Like, good for you, Ariana. That's right. Don't be wasting your money on some dumb restaurant that never opens. Like, it's kind of funny because they're in a relationship at this moment, but she's obviously annoyed that he's spending so much money and not getting anything done. So I think it's hilarious that she makes this little dig. Lisa comes to visit them, and they talk about budgeting and everything. So they have a pretty good plan set forth for how things are going to go. And then they start talking about Raquel and how she showed up at Lala's party. And they say, like, yeah, she showed up after cussing out Oliver because, you know, he's with somebody. And Lisa's like, what? No, he's not. He's separated. Because remember, she had the dinner with Garcelle and Oliver, and Oliver did tell her that he was getting a separation. And Garcelle was there, so it makes me think that he wouldn't lie in front of his mom. Like, I don't think Garcelle would be cool with him, like, lying to everybody. So it does seem like he is separated, you know? But she tells Ariana and Katie this, and they're like, well, we're hearing a totally different story. And Katie's like, I don't care. She's a whore. She's a whore. And it's kind of funny that she's calling her a whore now, because a couple episodes towards the beginning, she made like a cancellation joke. Like, she was like, can I say the word whore? Am I going to get canceled? But it's like, it seemed so dumb when she was making that joke. Like, you know, you're going to say whatever you want. You used to call people whores all the time.
For what, because I call you like a whore? Like,
and here she is calling her a whore, so it's like, you know it's okay to say that. Like, you're gonna say it anyway if you really believe it.
Well, I mean, call it as I see it.
And Katie sticks to the fact that she's only hooked up with 2 guys. Sheena said she hooked up with a middle school friend, and then there was like another guy she made out with or something like that. So I don't know if Satchel is number 3 or if Satchel is the middle school friend, but I kind of remember there was 2 before Satchel. I don't know. And it's really sad too, because during this conversation, Lisa's like, you shouldn't be calling her a whore and treating her like that just because she's kissing people. And Ariana's like, yeah, it's true. Like, she's innocent. We shouldn't be so mean to her and quick to judge her. Like, she doesn't deserve it. Something like that. Like, Ariana's being really defensive of Raquel at this moment in front of Lisa. It's so, so sad and messed up.
Raquel showed up from telling off Oliver.
Well, what's he done wrong?
He's out here, you know, hooking up and dating and seeing and sleeping with other women.
Hold on a second.
I don't want to see the gavel brought down on Raquel.
Raquel's done nothing wrong either.
I agree. She sucks.
Your perception, lady.
She's a hoe.
You cannot say she's a hoe.
She's a hoe.
She's not. Come on.
I'm a hoe too.
At this point, Raquel has hooked up with Schwartz, and Ariana's being forgiving about it. She's hooked up with Oliver. She's being forgiving about it. I just want to emphasize that Ariana has been one of Raquel's strongest supporters, even during this whole mistress scandal that's going on with Oliver. Ariana is standing by Raquel. She says she's a hoe, but then she's like, I'm a hoe too. So I guess it's not that bad to call her a hoe then. And it's funny because Katie just looks so stubborn right now, but she's actually totally right. Next, we see James and Lala meet up, and it's really cool that they're getting their friendship back. They make some funny little jokes during their conversation, and it's just cool. Like, you can see that they're pretty good friends. Like, he's like, you know, I've been just home, like, doing nothing, and, like, she's, like, chuckling at, like, the dumb jokes he's making, you know?
What's going on? How are you?
Chillin'. Everyone's got ego. Just kidding.
So small.
Oh, really?
I came back twice, so returning customer. Anyway.
I'm gonna be home scratching my balls pretty much.
I love, like, their back and forth. James brings up the festival, Imagine Fest, that he's playing. He's opening for Cascade in front of 30,000 people, and he is very excited about this.
I'm gonna play an Imagine Fest. I'm preparing for my festival. This is the first music festival. I'm opening for Cascade. It's massive. A dream come true. 50,000 people.
Purple Rain.
Lala says that she really likes Allie. She's like, she's much different than Raquel. You know, she actually has something going on up there. And James is like, you know what? Raquel is starting to bury herself, and I think you're doing really well. All you have to do is stay quiet and do what you've been doing. Just, like, you know, stay on the sidelines, because Raquel is doing a good job herself of messing up her own reputation, basically. And he's totally right.
With your ex, it's very robotic.
Honestly, I think you've said your piece. She looks like she's in the wrong way now, and you don't even need to.
Listen to this noise block out James.
Anything else? Let her be.
James wants to plan an event at the beach, and he's like, I want to go ahead and invite everybody because I've been excluded before. I know what that feels like, so I don't want people to remember me as the kind of guy who makes other people feel that way. So that's really nice to say. Like, he doesn't want people to feel the way he has felt. I like that a lot. And so he's like, yeah, I'm going to invite Raquel. And I think that's really cool that he decides to do that, because he genuinely seems like he's over it. Like, I thought maybe he was starting to crack, but after everything that went down, since he started kind of acting funny and talking about Raquel left and right, it's like she's hooked up with this guy, she's hooked up with Oliver, she's made out with Schwartz. So, like, all these situations, I think it really drove James to realize, like, you know what? I'm over it. Like, Raquel is a whole headache on her own, and I don't want to deal with that anymore. So he's actually like, whatever, let her be in the friend group, you know? He's being really mature about things. Also, I like how he's like, I don't want people to come up to me all day and ask me, where's Raquel? That's pretty smart, because that is what they're all going to be doing. He does say he's inviting everybody, but I don't know who exactly is everybody, because Charlie and Allie have not met yet, and he's not really close friends to Charlie, so I really don't think that Charlie was invited. But Charlie's there, so I'm kind of like,
Who invited you?
Like, it just feels kind of random. So anyway.
Hi.
Hi, I'm here for my jizz results.
Ew! The next scene is the Toms together, and Sandoval walks into the office and is like, hey, I'm here to check on my jizz results. Like, ew! I can't believe you literally said that. That could be considered like S harassment. That could be considered S harassment right there, that you said that to that poor, innocent lady that does not need to hear that coming out of your nasty mouth, Tom Sandoval. Like, ew, 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 ew. Just say, I'm here for my results. You are 40 years old, buddy. Not 20, not 25, not even 30. Not even 35. Ew. And, of course, Schwartz is here with him to talk about his, manly parts, you know? It's like, great, you guys are such a couple. Like, you honestly need to get together at this point. Like, before, people used to make jokes about it, but honestly, you guys are so personally invested in each other. Like, you're going to check on his sperm count with him. Wow, Schwartz, like, what a loving wife you are.
Dude, thanks for being here with me. Yeah, for sure.
Hello.
Oh, hey,
How's it going?
how's it going?
I'm Dr. Goodyear. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tom and Tom, hello to
Pleasure.
both of you guys. I got your results, and I'm
Okay.
happy to go over them. More than double the normal level, so that's a good number. Sperm are also swimming well.
Okay.
The normal look of sperm, we want it to be over 14%, 6%.
Do you think that has to do with stress?
So I think you're doing okay.
Want to hit up my girlfriend?
You guys want to have a moment?
You guys need anything, let me know.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
great.
That was good. It was positive.
And when Ariana calls to ask how things went, Schwartz is like,
So, his sperm is looking like pretty good, but the, shape of his morphology's not great, but it's 6% of like 186 million.
They only need one to be handpicked.
like, he's so into it. Like, it's like, ew, Schwartz, why don't you let Sandoval talk about his results? Like, why are you so invested in this? Like, you're part of it, you know? Like, ew, dude, get a life. Like, ugh, you guys are way too close. During this time, we find out that Ariana has gone out of town because her grandmother unexpectedly passed away. It's very sad, and she just lost her dog as well. So she's going through a lot right now, and I feel so bad for Ariana at this point. Like, she says a couple things in her confessional, like she knows these sort of things happen, but she feels like she's gonna break.
It's hard because it's part of life. I've obviously been through it with my dad and been through it with Charlotte. And I just kind of like want to break.
What's going on?
A lot of things are all really good, except the morphology is low.
And it's so heartbreaking to hear her say this, because the person that you're in a relationship with is deceiving you in like one of the worst ways possible. And we all know that Ariana's about to go through this heartbreak, and she has no idea that it's coming. And she already is feeling like she's about to break. So this is devastating to hear. And when Sandoval mentions in the confessional what happened and what Ariana's going through,
You know, her grandma. So,
he seems like sad for her, but he's also like, ugh, yeah, she's having a tough year. Like frustrated, like this is putting a damper on his plans of ending the relationship, because he needs to be there for Ariana now. Him thinking that she makes him feel dumb. In the grand scheme of things, if you weren't cheating on her, you know, like if you were still a good boyfriend, if she makes you feel kind of dumb and then she went through a tragedy like this, you would put that aside and be there for her and like cater to her feelings and stuff, because this is very serious. So Sandoval kind of knows in the back of his mind, like, dang, this dumb fake excuse I made of trying to open the door to dumping her is going to be halted because I need to be a good boyfriend and step up now. So that's pretty interesting. Like, at this moment, you could be honest with her and tell her what you did, but it's like maybe he's sparing her feelings because she's going through something really tough, but you're not sparing her feelings ever if you're cheating on her. So he mentally probably thinks, I'm sparing her feelings, now I can't tell her, now I have to pretend to be there for her. But no, because before this happened, he cheated on her. So acting like he's not telling her now because he doesn't want to hurt her more, it's like, no, dude, because he continues to see Raquel after this. He continues to sneak around, he continues to have her name in his phone, you know, he like ends up saving it later as something else and trying to see her as often as he possibly can. So I don't think you're sparing her feelings in any way, buddy, at all. But hearing this information, he knows that at least for the next month, you have to be a little bit caring to Ariana. So he doesn't like that. But to be honest with you, during this time, I'm sure he's sleeping with the Raquel still. I'm just saying that I don't think that he's like, it's a shock to him and he's like, let me just be there for her and be nice at least for 1 month. Give her like my true self and be kind to her for 1 month. I don't even think he does that. I'm pretty sure he continues to cheat and just acts like an asshole. Even Schwartz is like, did you say results? Dude, that is not cool.
Did you say just results? Dude, that was not cool.
Like, yeah, it is not cool. If your stupid other 40-year-old Dumb and Dumber friend is telling you it's not cool, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, you should know that was not cool. Like, not funny at all. Maybe it was funny when you guys were much younger, not funny at all. With the wrinkles all over your freaking head.
It's been a hell of a year for her. It's been a hell of a year for her. Jesus, I know. I know.
Sandoval's like,
it's been a hell of a year for her.
Yeah, and this year's about to get a lot worse for her, too. Thanks to you.
I love you, Dumpling. I love you, Dumpling.
I love you too.
He's like, I love you, Dumpling. No, you don't. You're even complaining about making the dumpling lattes, okay? You're complaining about the dumpling. She probably hears I love you, Dumpling now in like her darkest nightmares. Next we see Sheena and Allie meet up and they're having some sort of lunch. They order drinks. Sheena's like, I'll have a Moscow Mule. That's kind of funny because the last episode, Raquel ordered a Moscow Mule, so she's just copying what Sheena does. I was like, ooh, it's a pretty classy drink, but she's just getting what an experienced drinker like Sheena would get. So she's like getting her Moscow Mule and Allie doesn't know what to get and the guy's like, ooh, do you like spicy? And she's like, yeah, how did you know that? And he's like, well, you look kind of spicy. And she's like, oh, thank you. And I don't think she's flirting. She's just being kind of like nice, you know? But while Sheena's ordering her food, Allie is looking at the guy and he's not even looking at her, okay? He's looking at Sheena getting her order. He kind of like smiled and looked down and then went back to looking at Sheena. I think he was initially flirting with her. Don't think she's flirting back. But when he's talking to Sheena, she's looking at him and she's playing with her hair like this. And she's looking right at him like, while he's talking, like.
You like spicy?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a spicy margarita.
How did you know that I was literally going to say that?
You look kind of spicy.
Oh, I'm definitely going to get some tacos.
Steak, pork.
And if you take a freeze frame of that and you just see like the way she's looking at the guy, it kind of looks like she's interested. I'm just saying, it looks tad bit flirty, but I'll let it go. I'll leave it alone because he's definitely hitting on her. My boyfriend was saying that her saying like, how did you know I was gonna order that is the opening for him to start flirting. So like she kind of initiated that. But I don't know, I think maybe it's just being friendly. Like I might be friendly, you know, but I definitely wouldn't be staring at him playing with my hair. James had said he was going to invite Raquel to this beach thing when he talked to Lala, but I guess she was not originally added to the group chat and then he went back and re-added her. So that's kind of funny. Like, I don't know if you just forgot to add her, but either way, he added her, so whatever, not gonna hold it against him. And so Sheena's like, let's be real, how do you feel about all the girls? Cut the sweet talk. And I love that because Allie does get pretty candid with Sheena, because Sheena does feel like the outsider. Like, she's not in the Katie, Lala, Christina, Mean Girls crew. She's just enough of an outsider, but she's friendly with Raquel, so you have to be careful about what you tell her as Allie. But you know, she kind of just makes you feel like she's not gonna turn against you. Like, she kind of makes you feel like she is a safe place, like a good like middle spot to talk to, you know, middle ground. And also it shows a scene where Raquel says, oh, Allie thinks I'm the favorite. James told me that I'm her favorite of the group. And she chuckles.
I really like Allie.
James told me, Allie told him I was her favorite out of the group.
And I don't know if she's joking. Like, is this some sort of joke and I'm just not getting it because you're so monotone? Because there's no way James told her that. One, you're not the favorite. Allie's been like annoyed with you. Like, why do you have to bring up Raquel? Like, she doesn't love it. You've gone up to her twice and had conversations about dating James and like be prepared to date James. And she seemed kind of annoyed the second time you came up to her. Like, I don't think she loves you as much as you think. So why would James tell Raquel that? I don't even think James told Raquel that because James doesn't talk to Raquel, ever. Why would he tell her, oh yeah, she loves you the most of anybody in the group? So that's what makes me think maybe it's a joke, but I don't think she's joking. Like, she's kind of like on another planet or something. Like, what? You can't possibly think you're the favorite, right? You're the ex. You're always going to be the ex. Like, do you really think that? I don't get it. I need confirmation from James that he said that. And literally Allie says, I can be cordial, but I don't need to be around her all the time. Literally, like, debunks that at this moment. Like, no, she's not my favorite. I don't know why James would lie to her and say that, you know? I don't think he did. And by the way, this friend group is nothing but exes. You have Schwartz, who's the ex of Katie. Raquel, who's the ex of James. James, who's the ex of Kristen. Sandoval, who's the ex of Kristen. Ariana's the only one that's not an ex. And Sheena. But yeah, it is a group of exes. Lala's the ex of James, sort of, you know, they hooked up. So yeah, it's very intermingled group. I agree with you, Allie. It's kind of funny. James told Allie to tell Sheena about the Abby thing. So yeah, this is the lunch where she's gonna do that. She brings up like, oh yeah, I told Katie that I saw Sandoval and Raquel at the Abbey hanging out alone by themselves. And Sheena's like, really? You saw them alone? And she's like, yeah, I did. And like Katie kind of insinuated that they have an open relationship. No, she says exactly the truth. She says, I told her that, and then she said that they don't really have rules. I went back and told James. James thought that that means they have an open relationship. So Sheena knows exactly the sequence of how things went. Like, open relationship did not come out of Katie's mouth, it came out of James, and Sheena is aware.
The other night, I saw Tom and Raquel at the Abbey.
Tom Sandoval.
Yep, it's 2 a.m. Next day at Lala's. Katie was like, oh yeah, well, Tom and Ariana, they have a weird no rules thing or something.
What do you mean they have a thing?
That's just what Katie told me. But later I went and told James. James was like, oh, so they're in an open relationship. James was like, oh, so they're in an open relationship.
I don't believe it whatsoever. The fact that Katie
Yep, she blames Katie. I'm starting to think the hair flipping is a nervous reaction, by
said
the way.
that and she put that out there is disgusting.
I kind of were like, now she's with Sandoval.
For them to say they don't trust Raquel around their men, not okay. Not okay. Everyone wants to think that Raquel is the girl after everyone else's man. Like,
Sheena immediately says, they are two of my best friends. I would know, and I know for sure, for a fact, they are not having an open relationship. So that open relationship thing is squashed. Like, we kind of heard rumors about that. Like, maybe it was open during the mid-season trailer. They kind of insinuated they had something open going on, so maybe Sandoval's not cheating. But Sheena confirms, like, no, they're not open. So Sandoval is cheating. And then Sheena immediately says, like, the fact that Katie is saying that and putting that out there is disgusting. Now, we know Katie did not say open relationship. She should be saying, you know, report that back to James that it's not an open relationship. And I'm going to see what Katie means by no rules. But no, Sheena immediately jumps to the worst and is like, the fact that Katie is putting out open relationship is disgusting. Like, you know, immediately Katie's the culprit because Sheena is so annoyed with Katie and wants a reason to be mad at Katie because they're fighting and they hate each other, you know. So of course, James's name doesn't even matter. Like, it's more fuel to the fire. Like, what? What did Katie say about Ariana? Oh, hell no, because Ariana and Katie are still pretty friendly and close, you know? Ariana stays close with everybody. So Ariana and Katie are doing the sandwich shop, and they're supposed to be pretty close. So Sheena hearing this tidbit of information, like, James thought she loves gossip, she'll love it. She's close to Ariana, so she can, like, tell Ariana. But also, you forgot one little thing. She hates Katie. So the fact that this came out of Katie's mouth, even if she did not say open relationship, Sheena's gonna run with that, you know? Like, Katie's now spreading bad rumors about Ariana, basically. That's what this turned into for Sheena, you know? And then Allie's, like, trying to understand. She's like, would you be cool if Brock and Raquel were at the club at 1 a.m. together, like, just the two of them? And Sheena's like, yes, I'd be okay with it. I would be okay with Raquel and Brock being in the same bed together.
Would you feel comfortable with Brock at the club at 1 a.m. with Raquel?
yeah, yeah. Sandoval is like a big brother. Brock is like a big brother to Raquel. I would trust him in the same bed with her.
I would trust him in the same bed with her.
It's like, what? What did you just say? It looks so bad after what we know, her saying something like that. One, she makes her look so dumb, and it really shows how naive Sheena is, because you shouldn't really trust anybody in the bed with your boyfriend. I'm just saying, like, the fact that she's willing to go so far as to say, like, I would trust her in the same bed. It's like, okay, you have way too much trust in Raquel to say something like that. Like, she doesn't have the best track record, and you would trust her in the same bed as your man. Like, I think it's just very telling of Sheena's personality. Like, she gets a friend, and she wants to back that friend up so, like, hard that she's saying like outrageous statements like, yeah, I'm close to her, I would have her in the same bed, and then like, you know, it turns around and like they cheat on you or something and you're like, I was 100% invested. I had no idea they were gonna do this to me, like with Rob, you know, like I trusted him so much. It's like, maybe you need to learn that you're a little too trusting of people, Sheena. This comment right here reaffirms it. Like, you haven't learned that lesson yet. But hopefully after all of this, you finally learned the lesson of boundaries. Like, she says that Raquel was living at her apartment after the season wrapped, and she was hooking up with guys in Sheena's bed. And Sheena was like, just wash the sheets, and like, you know, was letting her do that. So it's like, Sheena, you need to learn boundaries. I hope this whole situation has taught you that. Like, you won't say outrageous things like, I trust them in the same bed, and like look super dumb, you know? It's just so funny that she would say that. It just shows how far and how hard she will ride for Raquel. Like, you need to see it in your face to believe it. So it's also great that she found out the way she did. Like, Raquel told her what she's doing. Because I think it's the only way Sheena would have believed it, you know? She even later says, like, I saw a little inkling. She would turn off her location. She went to a show that nobody knew about and didn't post about it. Sandoval went to one of her beauty pageants. They dressed up. It's like, yeah, you should have seen all of this, you know? Not be saying you would let Brock and them sleep in the same bed together. Like, no. But yeah, like Ali says, like, I'm not the one that doesn't trust her. Katie and Lala and all of them were just saying, like, now she's after Sandoval based on, like, the Abby thing. So Sheena's like, the fact that they think that she's after Sandoval is so messed up. So she's gonna go tell Sandoval, hopefully, like, they think that she's after you now. But to say Katie said you have an open relationship, I hope those words don't come out because, you know, you've heard from Ali that she did not say that. She said they have a weird no rules thing. So Sheena's been through something like this before with cheating rumors regarding Ariana and Tom, and she immediately went to Tom and told them because that's what they wanted. And Tom was like, the fact that you associate with people that would start these kind of rumors makes me wonder how much you care about us, Sheena. Like, he was really harsh and rude about it at the time. It was like during season 3 or 4, I believe. I put it in my last video clip. Go ahead and check it out, the night that Scandoval started. But yeah, so he did not take it very well when she like knew about this information. He wanted her immediately to tell them.
I would dance with Sandoval at the Abbey at 2:30 a.m. Just because it's Raquel, it must be something else. Just letting you know, when I see Sandoval tomorrow, I'm beelining for him and I'm telling him this immediately. I want you to see these text messages that she sent.
Okay. So Sheena's like, you know, Ariana's going through a lot or else I would already be texting her, but I am going to approach Tom and tell him exactly what people are saying. So again, she's found in this cheating situation, hearing this stuff about her friends, and she's going to go approach them and tell them. And I just noticed that these characters, they seem to go through like cycles and like the same things happen to them over and over. Like Sheena's always put in the middle. Sheena is now like doing the same thing of like hearing cheating rumors and having to go tell them about it. During this conversation, Sheena says, I don't think anything's weird about Raquel and Sandoval being at the Abbey together at 1 a.m. She says, I would be with Sandoval at the Abbey at 1 a.m. So Katie said, like, I've never been with Sandoval at the Abbey dancing together, just the two of us. But Sheena says, I think it would be normal for the two of us to go out dancing together. And I think the point of this is like everybody has different friendships, you know?
Because it's Raquel, it must be something else.
But anyways, yeah, like Sheena's like, this is normal to me. I would be out there doing that with him. So the next scene is everybody arriving to the beach for James's little event that he planned. And yes, Raquel has been invited. Charlie is there too, and she meets Ali for the first time. Raquel is like, hey, have you guys met before? And Charlie's like, no, we've never met. So how is it dating James? And gets in there right away and tries to talk to Ali.
Oh gosh, is that all sweat?
No, that I just...
Oh.
No, that I...
Charlie, you haven't met Ali yet?
No, this is actually my first official time meeting her. How's dating James? How's this group going?
When Charlie talks to Ali, she's like, how's dating James? How's this group going? It's like, yeah, you're just thinking like, you know, you got in on the TV screen and I didn't, so how's this group going for you? Like, didn't work out for me. Like, it's just this awkward. I think Charlie is desperate for camera time. And again, if you've never met Ali, who invited you? Did she come with Raquel? Like, I'm so confused. I don't even think James cares to invite Charlie. I'm just saying. Sheena and Charlie are not friendly anymore after the whole Brock putting up the TV situation and Charlie talking smack. And Lala, when she had her birthday situation, she like was saying everybody she invited, and she specifically said, I did not invite Schwartz, did not invite Raquel, and Charlie. Like Charlie was in there too, and she was not invited. Like she's not main group. So who invited her to the beach? As soon as Raquel gets to the beach too, it's like awkward. James is like, sup Raquel, like super normal. And Raquel's like, is that your speaker? I have one too. It's like, is that your projector? I have a projector too. Like this is just how she relates to people. I have that too. Like it's like, he doesn't care to talk to you. You're lucky you're even invited. Just say hi and sit down.
Oh.
So,
Is that your speaker?
Is that your speaker?
James doesn't care. He's not even looking at her.
Yeah, yeah.
I have the same one. I have the same one.
Like, he doesn't care about your speaker. He's not going to react like every other guy that wants to hook up with you and pretend to be interested. Like, really? You do? Where'd you get yours? I've had mine for a while. No, he's like totally over you. Totally over you. Like, sees right past you. Like, it's so obvious. Even while she's talking to him, he's literally like looking the other way, like so much disinterest in her. And she just can't read the room, you know? Brock and James and Schwartz start like playing catch or whatever, and James gets hit with the ball. It's so funny.
Go long! You okay? Yeah.
It's like, dang, you're really a magnet for getting hit with things today, aren't you? Today is just not his day. As hard as he's trying, it's just not working out. And they all look like crap out there, by the way. Schwartz tries to act like he's so young. You're just like a drunk, bumbling fool.
Oh, my bad, that's my bad.
Raquel again does the whole like, I see a lot of myself in you and you're going to need to learn lessons, but one day you will learn them. It's like, shut up, you're so annoying. She hates hearing that, okay? Let me just tell you.
I see a lot of myself in you. I know that you're like happy. Of course you're gonna learn the lessons that you need to learn.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
In your own time. Oh, so good.
What effort are you making to be her favorite? Because if this is what you're doing, these little conversations here, she doesn't like that, okay? Nobody likes that. Lala arrives with the Don, and Katie arrives with her dude, and as soon as Katie and her dude get there, first of all, is he wearing socks?
Gangzo, hey! Hey guys!
Because I found that really weird. Everybody's like in sandals or whatever, they're at the beach. I'm pretty sure he's wearing socks. So that's a pretty artsy guy, you know, thinking outside the box to show up at the beach with socks. I'm just saying. Anyway, so Satchel's there, and Satchel and Schwartz meet, and Schwartz right away is like smirking and making little faces.
Buddy, hi.
Yeah.
I ran through some hypothetical men I could see Katie dating.
I'm Tom. Nice to meet you.
Satchel wasn't one of them.
What's up, Katie? How you doing?
She hates you, don't you remember?
You guys good? You guys good?
She's out of the way. Should we put this on?
I think I handled it really well.
And he's like, how are you guys doing? You good? Yeah? And it's like, they're fine. You don't really need to be talking to them. You are the one that's not good. And he's like smiling, trying to act mature. He's like, I think I did really good. I think I was really mature. No, you weren't. You can't be mature. You're such a freaking immature ass, okay? And he's like drinking more. And I think Schwartz, once he gets drunk, he turns into an asshole. Like, I'm really starting to notice that. Like, he's rude. Like, his little comments, like maybe before he used to get away with it and it used to be like charming, but you can really see now, like, you were not charming. You were gross. Like, you were cringy as hell. Like, he makes a comment to James, like, James is like, I'm so excited about my music festival I'm hosting. Schwartz and Raquel are sitting next to each other, and Schwartz is like, oh, is it a bigger event than Rochella? And James is like, haha, funny. And he kind of brushes it off and he reacts well at first. But then he's like, why would you make that joke? Literally. And he starts to think about it. Like, why would you say this? Like, that's so rude. And Schwartz is like, sorry, bad joke, bad joke. And I think Schwartz is doing the thing where he tries to piss people off. Like, he acts annoying and obnoxious because he's too drunk. Like, not even too drunk, because I blame Raquel being too drunk. He is not too drunk. Like, he gets blackout drunk and doesn't know what he's doing, but he's not at that point yet. But he literally gets obnoxious. Like, why did you make that joke? Like, surely you're not that dumb. You think making a joke about Rochella while his girlfriend is there and Raquel is there, who you just made out with, is funny? Like, I don't understand why he did that, you know?
I don't know if you tequila much. I have to be in Mexico.
Really? Where? tequila.
Oh, I just like, if I'm in Mexico, then I can drink tequila. Next week is Imagine, bro. Opening for Cascade at the pool party. I'm flying in and out Atlanta.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, it's tight.
Bigger than Rochella?
Bigger than Rochella?
Big funny joke. Haha.
Bad joke.
This is a horrible joke.
Demented piece of would say something like that.
Actual real life
You
music
told me
festival.
all about it. I'm so hyped.
Like some of the things.
I'm so hyped.
Like some of the things. You're not hyped for me, bro.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Haha, it's hilarious.
I thought it was funny. I stand by my joke.
Go make another joke.
And he's like, bad joke, whatever. So it's like, maybe you're just dumb because you're drinking and you're not focusing. But I think he's kind of a jerk when he's drinking. That's why he said that. Like, you know it wasn't funny, you know? And so James is like super annoyed, basically tosses his drink at Schwartz, and everybody's like, oh my god, can't believe you did that. And Schwartz is like, hey, you do that again, I'll put you in a headlock.
I'll have you crying, saying, please, what's your last words?
James, if you ever do that again,
Yeah,
it's
what
not
are
going
you
to be
gonna
good for you.
Gonna be good?
It's not going to be
Why do you
good
keep
for
making jokes about me?
If you ever do it again, I'm gonna put you in headlock.
Go on, let's see it, fat boy.
Say, please.
Let's see it.
Let's see it, fat boy, please.
I'll get out of it in 2 seconds.
No, it's faster, stronger than me.
Calm down, Schwartz. You're obviously trying to look tough because Katie and her man are there and you don't want to look like a weakling, but you are a weakling. Everybody knows that. James is literally like, put me in a headlock, man. I'll get out of it immediately. Like, you're not stronger than me or faster than me. And you're right. Schwartz just showed his athletic abilities out there trying to catch balls, and they're not there, okay? You guys are basically even level. I don't know why Schwartz does this and try to toughen up and be like, don't ever do that to me again, man, because you're not the type to do something. I don't know why that would piss you off so much. Like, you're drunk, shake it off, you know? But he has to act tough. It's so dumb. And when James is like kind of upset with Schwartz, he's like, your life's dumb, you're lame. And Raquel's like, what's dumb about Schwartz's life? And now Raquel knows James well, as we've like specified before. She was with him. She knows what he's like. You know what kind of guy he is, and not the fact that he gets triggered and flips out. So you being like, what do you mean his life sucks? You're trying to get him to go off. Like, you're literally enjoying it.
Take a look at your own life. But I don't make jokes about it.
What's wrong with Schwartz's life?
And Schwartz is like, all right, bad joke. Later he says, like, I stand by the joke. You're just a fake person, like, flip-floppy, wishy-washy, like Katie says, literally, like, you were the worst, Tom. Like, he came off so gross in this episode. But yeah, then like James says, like, you're trying to open a restaurant in Silver Lake, horrible area, you can't even do it, like, you're 40 years old, and he tells it like it is. Like, Schwartz is super lame, you know, and Schwartz is not even charming at this point anymore. Like, you can read right through it. And Lala's like, he's annoyed with you because of the Raquel thing. There's more than that, okay? And then of course, Sandoval jumps in. Great, Sandoval, we need to hear your stupid voice right now.
Because the two of you act a damn fool at her wedding. It's not just about the comment.
We got 2 single people in
Ariana would be fine with you making out with Christina, maybe a little too close to home.
Me and Ariana broke up. I would be like, make out with whoever the f you want to. You want to make out with Schwartz? You want to hook up with Schwartz? That sucks.
That sucks.
You gotta go. When me and Kristen broke up, she was f***ing James in my apartment.
You are sleeping with Raquel in your house, so what's your point?
I've actually known James long as she starts begging this guy on my bed.
On my bed.
I didn't mean, I wasn't trying to make a dig at you.
You're upset.
He's like, well, you know, it was just a makeout. It's not a big deal. They're single. And Lala's like, shut up, Sandoval. It's so funny. And, like, I don't know why he's chiming in there, defending his bro, man. Like, oh, they're so lame, you know? Sandoval's like, it was just a joke, James. He was just being funny, okay? Like, stop defending him. Everything he does comes off as really annoying. Like, what's up, Katie? What's going on? You guys good? Like, she's mad at you for making out with Raquel. Don't you remember? You were, like, dead to her. So stop trying to talk to her. Like, are you acting dumb and talking to her? Like, trying to make her get triggered and yell so she could look bad in front of her date? Because you know she doesn't want to talk to you. You know that. So are you just acting dumb and you're talking to her to make her get triggered? Or are you really that dumb and drunk that you're just like, hey Katie, like, not even remembering? Like, what is it? No matter what, it's bumbling idiocracy. He's a fool, okay? He is such a fool. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Just kidding. So Sheena approaches Sandoval and they have this conversation. Sandoval already knows that the rumors are going around about him being with Raquel at the Abbey because Katie told him last episode.
So now let's see exactly what Sheena brings up to Sandoval. Because I don't even think Sheena knows that Sandoval knows about all of this. Like, she doesn't know the Katie and Sandoval conversation where Katie said this to his face.
What's up?
I just wanted to get a little sun.
How you doing? Everything okay?
How you doing? Everything okay?
I had drinks with Allie.
Yeah? You're making me like that.
You're making me like that.
Sorry. Well, Katie had talked about how the other night after Sir, you guys went to that.
Oh, God.
Katie then said, Raquel's now going after Sandoval.
Funny that you say that because
I want you to see these text messages that she
I
sent.
don't even care.
The hatred towards, like, Raquel.
You're going this far now to throw Tom and Ariana under the bus with her?
He's like, I hope she's buying this.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We know everybody there.
It's not a place where I would take a secret rendezvous. It's insulting to not just me, but Ariana as well. A bunch of us just went to the Abbey. Happened to be Raquel and I.
She says you and Ariana should maybe didn't use the term open relationship.
That is like the most ridiculous thing.
I know. And
But
this is who
if
Ariana.
it was true,
I know. And
but
this is who
if
Ariana.
it was true, I wanted to ask if you guys wanted to come over.
Have a good Ariana makeout sesh.
Sheena says, like, oh, they talked about you being at the Abbey with Raquel, and Katie's now saying that Raquel is going after Sandoval now. So she did not say, Katie said you have an open relationship. So this is good. This is cool. She's not adding a little more fluff to it. And then Sandoval's like, this is unbelievable. Like, the hatred they have towards Raquel. And then Sheena, of course, is like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're literally willing to throw you and Ariana under the bus, your relationship under the bus, to bury Raquel. That's so messed up. And Sandoval's like, literally, like, oh my god, like, the Abbey, really? We know everybody. It's not somewhere that I would take, like, an actual date. Like, it's not somewhere I would take a secret rendezvous to. Like, oh my god, you are so horrible. Like, it just shows that Sandoval can lie to anybody. He's lying to the audience with acting like he's not cheating, but he can lie to Sheena's face directly. He can lie to, I'm sure, Ariana's face directly, because I'm sure some lies are going to be coming out there too. Or they did when she was like, why do you keep saying Raquel's name? It's like, so it's like you can lie to everybody. Like, we've seen him lie directly to Sheena's face at this point, like saying, I would never take a secret rendezvous there. That's literally what you're doing, to a T. So now we officially know, like, not only is he a liar and he's a cheater, but he will lie to your face directly. No remorse. Sandoval's like, it's so insulting that Katie would say that to me and Ariana. The nerve of this guy, like, literally. The gall of this freaking jerk. Sandoval confirms, like, you know, me and Raquel were not alone, like, in the back, you know, dancing and stuff. A lot of us went to the Abbey, and me and Raquel happened to be part of that group. So this is interesting that it's coming out this way, because Katie said they were alone dancing. Allie said she saw them alone, and that's what seemed weird to her. And now Sandoval is bringing up, yes, we were at the Abbey, like, it's confirmed, because we can only hear the truth from the horse's mouth. So Raquel has not said, yes, we were at the Abbey, but Sandoval is saying, yes, we were at the Abbey with a group of people. He is the only one saying with a group. However, he just lied to our faces. He just lied to Sheena's face. So can we believe what he's saying? No. So he is the only one of everybody saying, we were with a group. What's the big deal? Everybody seems to think you were alone, and I think you were alone as well. And I think you were caught. It's like the tactic of someone's like, you think I would be so outrageous to sleep with this person in daylight in my own house? Like, you say exactly what you're doing and try to make it sound crazy, you know, so that people won't believe that it's the truth. So yeah, Sheena says, like, you know, people say a lot of things about you and Ariana's relationship, but she kind of insinuated, she didn't say exactly that you guys have an open relationship, but she said, like, you guys kind of, you know, do things differently. So I like that. Kate, like, she's being super honest and genuine. She's saying, no, Kate did not say it's an open relationship, but something like that is kind of flying around. And Sandoval confirms, no, we do not have an open relationship. So that's interesting to hear, because I've heard some rumors that supposedly Sandoval told Raquel they were open, so that's why they started dating. So that's been like debunked because either he lied to Raquel or he never said that, and that's not true. Because here he's saying it's not open. And other rumors are like he was telling her he was in the process of breaking up with Ariana, which it seems like that's what he's trying to portray on the show. It seems more like that's what he told Raquel. And by the way, he's not in the process of breaking up with her because he was all over her just like 2 episodes ago. He's fertilizing the eggs. Like, there's no inkling that he's trying to break up with her. He's just giving us little hints barely, you know? But yeah, like the other thing is that he was trying to break up with her, and that's why they started dating. But either way, if you're trying to break up with her, that means you're still with her. So if Raquel thought that you were in the process of breaking up with Ariana and she was sneaking around with you, that's still sneaking around. The open relationship excuse is one thing, but the thinking you guys were going to break up, you weren't broken up yet, so that still makes you a cheater. So yeah, he's like, it's ridiculous that they would say we're in an open relationship. But if we were, I wanted to ask you and Brock if you guys would want to hook up. And she was like, yeah, no, I need to make out with Ariana. But it's like, it's so gross that Sandoval is like laughing it off. Like, it's funny because if we were, I wanted to ask you. He is kind of like deflecting, like trying to like change the topic of conversation, you know? Doesn't want to get too deep with it. Like, he's just making a joke about it, you know? And it's like, now is not the time to be joking when you really are cheating. His behavior, it makes him seem like he's like demented, literally, like he's a freaking the Joker or something. Like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with this guy? Not funny. Nobody's laughing right now. This is serious. And literally, Sheena sounds like she's about to say like, yeah, they're saying this about you, and the fact that Ariana is friends with these people, like I think she's trying to lead to like, Ariana is friends with Katie, who is willing to throw your guys' relationship under the bus, doesn't care about you guys, because it goes back to season 3, when Sandoval scolded Sheena, like, you're willing to be friends with people that would talk bad about our relationship. What kind of friends are these people? You shouldn't even surround yourself with people like that. So it's kind of like, you know, going back to that, like, you know, Katie and Ariana are friends, and Katie is talking smack about her, so, you know, Ariana's surrounding herself with these kind of people. But it doesn't really get there because Sandoval just makes like a little joke, like, do you guys want to hook up? Like, not funny. And James says here that he doesn't want to drink tequila unless he's like in Mexico, but then Schwartz literally at the bar later orders him a shot of tequila. Like, dude, do you not listen? Again, Schwartz is like mentally, like, either he's so dumb or he just is drunk, but I'm starting to think he's really, really dumb too. Like, how do you not remember this? It was just told to you. It's because you're a sloppy drunk. Like, literally, it's the first thing that Schwartz says. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm performing, you know, my Imagine, blah, 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 Imagine Fest, haha, so excited. And Schwartz is like, big deal. It's a big deal. Is it bigger than Rochella? Like, it's the first thing he says. Like, usually Schwartz is so sweet, right? I'm so proud of you that you're so passionate and you're like, you know, fulfilling your destiny of, you know, dreams and achievements in the most radical form. Like, whatever. He would make up some dumb sentence, you know? But literally this, he says, that's a big deal. Bigger than Rochella? Like, that's all you have to say, Mr. Useless Dumb Words. That's all you have to say. Like, you are not praising James. Like, acting like James is mad at Schwartz for hooking up with Raquel and all that. It's like, I think he really is like kind of over it. I think this comment in particular is what gets the drink thrown in his face because of this comment right here. Because I think he really does get upset about this. Like, he's so excited about his festival. He's been talking about it, like, so hype. We can tell he's so excited since he told Lala about it and told his girlfriend, you know, and like literally Schwartz just like shits all over it. Like, I think he's genuinely hurt by this. Like, he's like, you're crappy, and then he starts to think about like, yeah, you're hooking up with Raquel, you're dissing me, like, you're just a crappy person. Like, it all starts to pile up, you know? But I think what really triggered him and upset him was this comment. Like, why bring up Rochella? Why? Because he says in his confessional, like, bringing up my biggest failure? Like, yeah, and when he's yelling at him, he's like, I hated it. I wish I could take it back. It's the worst moment of my life. You know, I think he really, really hates the Rochella thing and like bringing that up, his failure, like failure to carry out this engagement, you know, is upsetting. So it's like, I think he does feel hurt. Like, I bring up the highest pinnacle of my success, this festival that I'm playing, and you have to bring up the highest pinnacle of my failure in the same sentence. Like, this really is bothersome to James. And he cries in his confessional. And this is because he's an emotional person. I think that's why he yells and gets mad, because it hurts his feelings. Like, he's emotional. That's why he said, I don't want to you know, like not include people the way they used to not include me. Like those types of things hurt him. Like I can tell he's been bullied, he's been picked on, and he doesn't want to be the person to do that to other people. Like Raquel pretends like, oh, I don't want to hurt people, like I've been bullied for being like whatever. It's like, I think you've been bullied for other reasons, girl. But James does act as someone who has been bullied and doesn't want it to happen. Like he lashes out and says aggressive things. Why? Because he wants to hurt first before he gets hurt. Like that's somebody that's been hurt, you know? And he tells it like it is. I can't help but say that he does. And at this moment, his feelings are genuine. He cries because that was hurtful to him. But how does he react? He lashes out in the moment and throws the drink, which is inappropriate. But Allie is like, you know, I thought he wasn't upset about the Raquel thing, but I think maybe he is. No, I think this comment really pissed him off, and it was just like the last straw, you know? He goes 0 to 100 real quick. I think that's what happened here. As soon as he throws the drink and gets frustrated, Charlie's like, come on, Allie, let's go talk, let's go have a stroll. And Allie's like, okay, and walks like down the beach with her. And then Charlie has this scene with Allie, like, how do you feel about this? And that's when Allie says, like, he said he wasn't mad at him, but I think he is mad at him. And then they come back, and it's so funny, like, there goes Charlie trying to get that camera time. You just met the girl, but you're the one that's gonna go take her aside and talk to her about how her boyfriend's acting. Like, you are not friendly with her. First of all, you and Raquel are tight, so why would she want to be talking to you? And second of all, like, you don't even know her. You just met her. We saw you guys just meet. And you're over here like, come on, let's go have a walk on the beach.
Let's go see the water. Oh my god, I love the water. Schwartz made a bad joke and you just like threw it, like what? You're not mad at Schwartz? No, I'm not mad at Schwartz at all, no. Really? Cool. So he's been like, oh. So obviously.
You good?
You're not good. We just took a little stroll.
I'm
You guys.
How about asking if I'm okay, babe?
Like, she knew cameras were gonna follow Allie walking down the beach. Cameras were gonna get Allie's reaction of how radical James just behaved. You know this is perfect air quality time. Like, there's 10 people over there with 3-4 cameras, and you guys over here are gonna get your own camera, your own moment. Like, Charlie is very aware. It's so obvious, I think. Like that when she pulls her aside. Like she wants that camera moment, girl. Oh yeah, and during the proposal, by the way, Raquel's wearing a hat. Just saying. And when they go to the beach, Raquel does not have a hat on. Like this is a one logical moment where you should have a hat. You're gonna be getting a bunch of sun and no hat. You love hats.
Raquel, will you marry me?
Yes.
You love wearing hats inside of restaurants, at your proposal, but you didn't wear a hat today? You didn't wear a hat? Like, that's so weird. It's so strange you go to the beach and you didn't wear a hat, you know? Like, just saying, it's out of character. The one place you should be wearing the hat for sun protection, and you don't wear it. Schwartz just seems so fake, like, I'm so hyped for you. I'm so hype. And he's like, I just maybe felt awkward, that's why I did that. Like, yeah, you feel awkward, so you poke and hurt first. Like, you're just a horrible person as well. So this makes me think you do know that Sandoval's cheating because you're crap. You're not a genuine person. You're crap. It's almost like Schwartz doesn't know how to apologize. Like, maybe he really doesn't know how to take accountability, like Katie's been saying all these years, because he goes right up to Katie and tries to talk to her in Satchel when you know she's mad at you about this, and then he says something rude to James, you know, like maybe trying to see how mad he is, like him flipping out, you're like, oh, he is mad, you know? I don't know, but it's like you should just be nice to these people or apologetic because you just did something that would piss both of them off. But he acts completely wrong in this situation. And I like how Allie is like, why'd you do that? Like, irritated about it. And then James is like, look, he won't make dumb jokes around me again. And I love that he says that because it's like, well, it's true. You did kind of make a point right there. Maybe it's when you get bullied and you finally stand up to your bully and then you're like, they won't steal my lunch money again. Like, it's the same type of reaction. Like, he won't be making those jokes around me again. He learned his lesson. Like, it upset me. He'll never bring up Rochella again. And you know what? You're right. Because you do get teased about Raquel. You could possibly get teased in the future about Rochella and Raquel, and Coachella's always going to be a thing you guys talk about. Like, it's a good thing that you showed how triggering this is to you, so like if Schwartz is a regular kind person at all, he won't bring it up again. You did kind of like shut that down, like the way you handle a bully, you know? Unfortunately, it's a little bit of an overreaction to throw the drink at him, but yeah, I think you did make your point known. Actually, you might have made a little muddy putty of the situation, because now people are gonna think you're mad about Raquel, that's why you did that. But really, you're mad about Rochella. It's a bad word. It's not about the pasta, okay? It's not about the kiss. It's about bringing up Rochella. Don't ever say the word Rochella again to James's face. That's the point. And he's like, I brought everybody here in this lovely beach day and you make this type of joke. That is not funny. And after that, everybody kind of starts fighting and Lala and Katie and their boyfriends leave to like some other bar. It just like ruins the vibe. And this is where the title comes in. Beach Don't Kill My Vibe. It's directed towards Schwartz killing James's vibe at this beach event that he set up. He's like, you hurt my feelings every time I see you. Like, it's true, you know? You hurt him by hooking up with Raquel. Now you're doing it again. You do hurt him every time. Like, it's not that he's so upset about Raquel. It's that you are a hurtful person, and he's starting to realize that too about you, you know? And then he's like, look at your proposal. Look at what yours was. You proposed at this little restaurant. It shows a flashback to the proposal, and it does look so dorky and lame, okay? Just saying. Let's be honest, Katie would have taken a proposal at Chuck E. Cheese. She just wanted the proposal.
What was your proposal again? Oh yeah, you did it at Rock and Riley's.
Rock and Riley's rocks, bro.
A big bar on Sunset, you nerd.
You're not.
Remarry me? Oh.
Katie deserves better than this. You know I'm right.
Allie's like, I thought he was over Raquel, but now I'm not sure. One little comment will upset him so much. Do you know, James? One little comment will set him off like that. I really think the comment is what did it. But yeah, I do like Allie at this moment, because she's like, get over it, or don't get over it, but don't have another girlfriend yet. So that's cool, because I thought she was okay with being a rebound, but at least she's saying, like, don't get over it, I don't care, but don't have a girlfriend. So she's like, you know, like, smart enough to tell that you shouldn't date someone if you're not over your last relationship. Yeah, like, James is like, I don't want to hear any more jokes about Rochella, especially when you are making out with her and she's like your best friend now. You know, like, James probably feels like you're being more of a friend to Raquel than me. You're picking sides in this relationship, clearly. You're dissing me and rude to me every time you see me, and you're making out with Raquel. So it's not even about jealousy. It's about more jealousy about stealing the friend group. Like, there's another one that she stole, you know? Like, you're making fun of me, making jokes at my expense, bro. We're not friends. That's what he feels. But yeah, he's like, you're hooking up with her. Like, that's your best friend now. And then Sandoval jumps in, of course. Dude, why are you making a big deal about that? It's not a big deal. Like, his own cope. Like, it doesn't matter that they hooked, that they made out. It's cool. Like, stop it, Sandoval, okay? You're the only person that's cool with them making out, because you're totally cool with your friend hooking up with your girls. It's pretty clear.
You hurt my feelings every time I see you. I don't want to hear any more jokes about Rochella, especially if you're making out with her and she's your new best friend.
James, why are you insecure about that?
James, why are you insecure about that?
Don't be that way.
Sandoval's like, why are you insecure about them making out? Like, I'm not insecure about it. I can hook up with her and have sex with her, and he can be making out with her. It doesn't make me insecure. It's like, it's not insecurity, okay? Yeah, Sandoval's like, you have 2 single people, and that's not a big deal, and well, I was like, shut up, Sandoval. Love that moment. I think Lala's starting to win me back over. I was a huge fan of her in the beginning, but then she got really conceited and stuff when she got, like, money, you know, like new money. She got really rude and everything and thought she was better than everybody, and I thought she would start humbling down as she lost the money, but she's still been kind of like rude and conceited and like thinking she's above people. But this moment right here at least is like real, you know? I really appreciated Lala in the last 2 episodes, really, like this conversation with Raquel and this conversation here where she is defending James, and when she gets into it with Schwartz, that is so good. Like, love that Lala moment. Give them Lala, girl, okay? I will not stand in your way when you are performing in a way that is so badass. Lala even brings up, like, dude, Sandoval, like, think about it. If you were making out with Christina Kelly when you and Ariana broke up, you think Ariana would be cool with that? And she's like, or you think it would hit too close to home? And it's kind of interesting because it's like, this question hits too close to home because he's hooking up with Raquel, you know? Like, it's so funny. And like, Sandoval justifies it, like, I'd be cool with it. I wouldn't care. If Ariana slept with Schwartz when we broke up, I wouldn't care. It's like, yeah, you wouldn't care because you don't care if the person you're with now is hooking up with Schwartz. Like, you wouldn't care. Anyone could hook up with Schwartz and you will still hook up with them. It's might even be like a turn on for you. Like, that's not a good example. Like, say if they hooked up with James, first of all, because that's like a friend, you know? Saying Schwartz, it's like, that's basically like your lover. Like, saying you don't care if they hook up with Schwartz, it's like, okay, well, that's like a weird situation there, you know? But yeah, like, I've been noticing that Sandoval's trying to set it up, like, the conversation with him, Katie, and Ariana at his house last episode is the first time I noticed it. I'm noticing it again here, that he's making a case that if you are broken up, you can hook up with the friends in the friend group. It's okay. He's really trying to fight for this case, for this cause. Like, he's like, dude, I'd be okay if Ariana hooked up with any member in this group if we were broken up. I'd be cool with it. Why is he saying this? I think it's because it is leading up to him breaking up with Ariana and dating Raquel, coming out as Raquel's boyfriend. He wants it to be okay. He's using Schwartz and Katie as the example, you know, like Schwartz and Raquel hooking up, like to like build the bridge for him to later be with Raquel, you know, like, hey, it's okay. Everybody, understand, it's cool if two single people start dating, even if we're all friends, it's okay, right? Two single people trying to say, like, when I'm single, it's gonna be okay. He's trying to build that, you know? And everybody's like, no, it's not okay, it's not okay. So it's like kind of clear, when you do this, if you do this, it's not gonna be okay. No one's gonna be okay with it. It feels like that's why Sandoval is fighting so hard. Like, he loves to defend Schwartz, and also he's trying to like build a case for when he goes ahead and does this. Because I don't think, like, they never expected to get caught. That was not part of their plan. They wanted to get out of this not messy, like the way he did with Kristen, you know? He just ends up with Ariana, the next reunion, they are together. Hopefully Ariana will come out and say, yeah, we did hook up, so that everybody knows he's a cheater, because he tried to act like they only kissed like once before he broke up with Kristen, but whatever. Anyways, I think he never wanted to get caught doing this. He never wants to get caught cheating. He planned on breaking away nicely from Ariana and then getting with Raquel. So he's trying to make it okay to date in the friend group, you know? And then everything fell apart and they got caught. And it's so great that that happened, because we can look back at all this footage and see exactly what Sandoval's doing. You can read him like a book. And it's funny because Sandoval like justifies cheating on Kristen, because he's like, when me and Ariana got together, Kristen was already sleeping with James at my apartment. Okay, I don't know why you're making any justification, because in the situation that you're in now, you're hooking up with Raquel, and Ariana's not cheating on you. Ariana's not hooking up with anybody at your house. You're hooking up with somebody at your house. So I don't know why you're fighting to try to make yourself look good. Probably because you don't think it's going to come out that you're cheating and sleeping with Raquel at your house. That's why. You don't think we're going to realize what you're really up to. And you're lying to us. He is a big fat liar. Schwartz is so condescending too. He's like, it's okay, you're upset, I want to move on, I just want to move on. Like, there you go, yeah, you push somebody and say something mean to them, and then you're like, oh, I'm okay. Like at the restaurant with Katie, like, oh, are you sure, Bubba, you want to leave? Like, I hate how he does that. Like, you set the dominoes in effect, and then you act like dumb, you know? Like, it's an act. So Lala and them decide that it's too tense and they want to go hit a bar together, and they invite Christina Kelly. They text her privately, and what does Christina do? She tells everybody and brings everybody, and they're like, I didn't want her to bring everybody. Don't you realize Christina is Karen Smith? You need to spell out what you want to happen with her, okay? She's like, Christina's funny, okay? She's not gonna understand what you guys wanted. She's like, come on, Raquel, come get drunk with us. And Katie, the person you hate. And Schwartz, come on over too. You just pissed off James and you just pissed off Katie. Come on, come hang out too. And James, you're acting crazy and you're the reason why everybody wants to leave. Come on, come with us to the bar. It's like, they're all, and Charlie, irrelevant, who barely even got an invitation, come with us to the bar. It's like, no. They weren't supposed to come, Dodo. So literally, when they get to the bar, Schwartz is sitting right across from Katie and her date, and he's like, hey guys, Satchel, hey. And Satchel's like, hey, what's up? And Schwartz is so cringy and awful. Like, why are you talking to them? And Katie's like, I told you I don't want anything to do with you. And he's like, really? Oh, I can't believe you're acting like this. Really? You're gonna act like a weird air between us?
Hey guys. Hey, what's up?
Hi.
You can say hi.
I already said hi to you earlier.
You don't have to put on this whole air.
It's not an air. I already told you.
We're hanging out. We're having a good time.
There is a weird air. Are you like pretend amnesia? Like literally, there is a weird air. You hooked up with Raquel. You made out with her and she's pissed about it. She was pissed at the thought of you making out with Raquel. She is pissed at you. What do you not understand? And he's like, oh, you're gonna act like this? I almost think he's doing it again, where he knows how to piss Katie off. He wants to get her mad so she'll embarrass herself in front of her date. But she acts very, very poised, and she's just like, I'm sick of you, I told you. And he's like, I hate her. I was glad I'm done with Katie. I'm glad I'm done with her. Like telling Sandoval right next to him. It's like, you are so embarrassing.
I already told you this.
Katie really holds on to that grudge, huh? I'm so happy I'm done with her. Really holds on to that grudge, huh? I'm so happy I'm done with her.
Tom is too busy staring at Raquel as she tries to walk by and sit next to him. Seems like a tight fit. Sit somewhere else.
I'm so happy I'm done with Katie. Good God.
Get it together. Get it together. Schwartz is awful in this episode. He's like, you can say hi, it's okay. She doesn't want to say hi to you. Don't you know that? Like, that's why I think you're either so drunk that you forgot or you're so rude. One of the two. Which one? Which one is it? So yeah, they ordered tequilas and Schwartz is like, let's us three do a shot, like Raquel, James, and him. And James is like, I don't need to be around Raquel. I don't care to do a shot with her. And Raquel's like, okay, and like walks off. It's like, what are you thinking, Schwartz? Why are you so dumb? Why do you think they want to have a shot together? Like, you just want a freaking shot.
Yeah, what do you want? Let's us three do a shot. Do 3 shots of tequila. You don't have to chill the tequila. I want to issue both of you an apology.
I finally had something good going. I've got Imagine Festival coming up. A throw like this in my face.
Honestly.
He apologizes to James about the comment. Schwartz is apologizing and Lala's like, what's going on here? And she walks up there and I love this. This is amazing. Like I said, their friendship is really showing and it's really cool because Lala's about to do like her flippy floppy thing of like, yeah, it's bad, but, or at least that's what it looks like, because James is like, wasn't it rude what he said? And Lala's like, yes, it was rude, but, and James is like, oh, I'm leaving, because he knows how she is. And she's like, no, I was going to add on to it and say, but you shouldn't have been hooking up with Raquel either. What's wrong with you? And like Schwartz is like, well, he threw a drink at me, so we're even. She's like, no, you're not even. You should have been punched. And it's so funny because James is there like, and it's like, it's Lala and James like teamed up together, homies like the old days, you know, having each other's back. And I love this moment. It's so good.
I am a nice guy.
What are you guys talking about?
I thought I made a cheap joke and callous, and I forget that people don't. Unacceptable. Back me up. Unacceptable. Back me up.
Yes, I agree with you, but also
Oh, no buts.
so far from even.
What?
So far from even.
What?
It's in your face, bro. 100%.
You're the corniest human being in this whole entire place. Not true. Not true.
It's Lala. How's the kind of human being you'll ever be?
I don't know who you are.
Let me break something down for you real quick. Call me when you have a business. You're broke. You're a loser.
You're a poor housewife.
Loser. How dare you?
You're a great mom.
You piece of shit.
Great mom. Lala, come back.
Lala, come back.
Schwartz is like, you're so corny to Lala. And James is like, that is not true. No, she's not. So I love that. Like, they're both defending each other here. And then Schwartz is like, you know, I'm a nice friend, but I can be a little callous sometimes.
I can become a little callous. I can be callous.
Like before Lala walks up and it's like, yeah, you are callous. I'm glad that you see that characteristic, or you're just saying it because you're drunk and you're just babbling, but you are callous. That's the right word for you. And it's funny because it's like the flip of the coin, you know, like somebody that portrays themselves as like so sweet and kind and thoughtful. The flip of the coin, they're callous, like vicious. It's like it kind of makes it look like the so sweet and nerdy and goofy is totally an act, because underneath that is the callousness, the root of what you really are, you know? If you were so sweet and funny and all that and like innocent, you wouldn't have that little piece inside of you that's like callous and vicious, you know? You would just be an honest person that's nice and like maybe a little rude or a little mean or whatever, but callous, that's a big one. You tell me how you can be happy-go-lucky and callous. Like, you know, some people are, but the image that he portrays, I think it's a big, big effort, because he, deep down inside, is
an ass. And it's funny because Lala is justified for hating on Schwartz so hard because she hated him since the first episode when he was hanging out with Randall. So yeah, it makes sense that she's like, dude, you're horrible. Like, I thought she was a little mean the way that she like talked about him in the beginning. Like, it's not that bad, he just played pickleball. No, he's callous, and Lala was able to see that. Like, I love the way that she reads him in her confessional. She's like, oh, I'm so shy. Like, what does she say? It's so funny. She's like, grow up, or something like that. But like, it's so funny. When I heard her say that, I was like, yes, that is Lala I love.
I'm nervous, fingers in my mouth, nervous, fingers in my mouth, can't talk you, dog.
She's like, F you, dog. I love that. And it's funny because Schwartz, instead of taking that Lala's like, she doesn't even go that hard. She's like, you deserve a fist in your face for the way that you've been behaving, the things you've been doing. And he right away goes in on her. Like, you are the personification of a housewife. You're a knockoff bootleg housewife. Give me Lala. That sucks, okay? No, you don't even know who you are. You don't even know what you stand for. It's
Raquel, when Katie made it.
You don't even know what you stand for. It's like, wow, you were really going in on this girl for like no reason. You did something wrong. They're gonna double down and say you did something wrong with the joke. And they're telling you did something wrong with the kiss. And instead of like taking that, you're like, you suck, Lala. Like, he is literally the epitome of a 15-year-old. Awful. 15-year-old going through puberty. She doesn't even say that much to him to warrant like the way that he responds to her. And he's like, I haven't liked her since the thing she told me through text when she's like, you know, I don't deal with weakness. So he's like offended by that, but you are weak. And I love it too because Schwartz's whole game is like pick till the person yells and makes a fool of themselves and then you win. But like, Lala got him on his own game because he's like, you're personification, you're horrible, blah blah blah. And she's like, look at you. It's like, yeah, hell yeah, like, you're the one freaking out now for no reason. And then Schwartz like proceeds to walk away and Lala's like, no, I'm not gonna have you cuss me out and walk off. So Lala follows him and is like, you can't even open your business, okay? Talk to me when you open it. And it's like, it's so funny, like, it's such an easy spot to pick because they're so lame for that. And he's like, whatever, yeah. She's like, I've been through more in a year than you would ever know. And he's like, yeah, whatever, I don't know what you've been through. And like, when she walks off, he's like, come back, sorry, oh, are you mad? My bad. Like, trying to do the whole like, they're triggered, I'm okay. Like, that's what he loves to do, you know, like, tries to get people upset and then act dumb. So he was the one yelling inside, goes outside and tries to flip it. Like, what? Sorry, why are you so mad? Like, no, you were the mad one. You were the one flipping out, acting crazy. You were the one who approached Katie acting like a weirdo. Like, you are weird as hell, Schwartz. Something is wrong with you, okay? You were a bumbling fool. And Lala comes back inside and is like, your ex is embarrassing. He just cussed me out, told me shit about my face. And Katie's like, yeah, he's pathetic. He's a loser. And for the first time, it's like, they're so right about you, Schwartz. You're the biggest loser ever. And like, outside Lala's like, you're a freaking loser. It's like, it just hits so hard. I love it because he cusses her out, and when he walks off, Lala's like, this is finally my opportunity to tell you how I've been feeling. Like, it is my opportunity to let loose and unleash because you just cussed me out. So it's like amazing that she got that moment. He's like, you're a great mom. Come back. You're a great mom. Like, how condescending. Don't say you're a great mom once you said all these horrible things to her. Like, you were so fake and awful, Schwartz. Like, why are you leaving? You're a great mom. You are so mean. That almost makes you look worse that you can act like that a second later. Like, you were such a two-faced. If you're really mad, continue to be mad when you walk outside. Don't, like, laugh and giggle and act like you're sweet. Because then we all know the sweet thing is a fake act. You can put it on in 2 seconds. It's fake. We can see by here you being like, you're a great mom. It's fake. You just threw it on. Thank you for showing us that. Like, he acts dumb, like, oh, I don't know what happened. Oh, it's like, it's you. You're the problem. It's you. Yeah, you're the problem. It's you. It's me. Stop playing dumb. It's you. And then Sandoval's like, Lala doesn't know who she is. First of all, her name is fake. Start with that and talk to a therapist.
She doesn't know who Lala is.
Well, it's not a real name.
It's not a real name.
There's a start with a therapist. Raquel is in a mental facility.
Okay.
No visitors. There's a start with a therapist.
I don't want to say the obvious, but I have to. Rachel, Lala needs to talk to a therapist for using a fake name. It makes her fake because she's using a fake name. You're calling her out for a fake name, Sandoval, while Raquel is named Rachel. Raquel is a fake name. So what does it say about Rachel? Is this bullshit what you're saying about Lala, or is it true about Rachel too? Because that's a fake ass name too, you idiot. It almost makes me think that at this moment, you don't even know that Raquel's real name is Rachel. It's not like it's a stage name like Lala. Everybody knows her name is Lauren. It's a stage name. You don't even know Raquel has a fake name because you wouldn't make this comment if you knew. You just look so dumb. Literally, so stupid. The insult to Lala is stupid because Rachel has a fake name, and the fact that you don't know her name is Rachel makes you look so dumb. Like, you look like a freaking idiot, Sandoval. With your dumb idiot Schwartz. The two Toms, like, two freaking idiots. Tweedle-Toms.
Tom and Tom.
I'm gonna call them that. The Tweedle-Toms. Dumb and Dumber is appropriate, but I don't know who's dumb and who's dumber. So Tweedle-Toms is perfect. And then the funniest thing happens. James is like, Christina, you should drink this. And then it sprays in his eye and he's like, ah, Ali, Ali!
I dare you to drink the middle. Ali! Oh no!
It's 1:51. Nobody wants to watch you make a fool of yourself. No one is enjoying it. Yes, please, sit and shut up.
It's like, it's so funny. And Allie's like trying to hold back her laugh. He's like, I saw you laughing. And Allie's like, well, you're acting like an idiot, okay? Stop, it's not entertaining. And I love that. I love that she tells him like it is. Like, that's the moment I realized, like, you know what? Maybe they are good for each other. Because he needed somebody that wouldn't let him walk all over her and treat her like crap. And Allie seems like that person. She's telling him literally the way it is. Like, no one thinks you're entertaining, shut up. And he's like, he shuts up. So it's like, you know what? I misread the situation, you know? That's pretty cool. She does tell him like it is, and I love that. I think he needs that. So he runs off, and Sandoval's actually kind of funny. He's like, it's 1:51 to the eye, man. Go take care of that quickly. It's like, it's kind of funny, you know? And yeah, they say like, oh, it was just water that went in your eye. Like, it's for decoration, the liquid in the middle of like the thing that he had. They're like, it's just water. And I'm not sure, was that a joke or not? Was it water or was it 1:51? I'm not clear. I couldn't really tell. Vision problems, you know, I couldn't really tell what he was holding. I'll look back at it, but it's like, do you think it really was water? Because that wouldn't burn if it was water, but if it was 1:51, it probably burned. So I'm actually curious. Comment down below if you know. Today is not James's day, but again, he tells it like it is. He's like, karma's a bee, you know, like, because he threw the drink at Schwartz, that's why this happened to him. And Schwartz is like, I'm glad I made that joke, I meant it. Like, even James can admit, like, it was an overreaction. Like, not even, who knows how far, like, later he did the confessional, maybe a week later or whatever, but he's literally saying, like, karma. That's why something fell in my eye, because I wrongfully threw a drink at someone. While Schwartz probably still stands behind the joke he made. Sheena brings up, like, oh, we both thought Oliver was single. Lala, if this happened to you, would you ask questions? Or, you know, could you be stuck in a mistress situation like this? And it's so telling that she's asking her this. Like, that's obviously what Lala went through. If Lala were to say, yeah, I would have asked more questions, what's wrong with you? People would, like, bury Lala. Like, well, you didn't ask questions, and you were with that guy. So it's like, it's kind of like a trap question. Because the only answer is, like, it could happen to anybody, because it's happened to Lala. And Lala and Raquel have made up at this point. So it's very easy for Lala to say, like, it happened to anybody, you know, it's all good, it happened to me. You are not a mistress, Raquel. You are not. And Raquel's like, thank you. It could happen to any of us. It's like, yeah, but you're sleeping with your best friend's dude, and that is mistress behavior. So I don't even know why we're still talking about Oliver. The projection is real, once again, with Raquel. And then Raquel, like, tries to go for Katie, like, Katie, I want to talk to you about what we've been through, and Katie's like, yeah. She tries to defend making out with Schwartz, so instead of saying, like, sorry I made out with him, but don't call me a whore, she right off the bat says, like, making out with people doesn't make me a whore.
You're a normal person, right? People tell you things and you believe them. Women that are mistresses and home wreckers and all that you are not one.
Katie, the one thing that I want to address was, don't think that making out with people considers me a whore. I was very, very clear about it.
Like, saying, like, take it back for calling me a whore. And Katie is like, no, I think you are like that because I told Schwartz and you what it would do to me if you guys did it. You went ahead and did it. So no retraction from Katie. And guess who jumps in to the rescue to help Raquel, because he's so emotional. Not because he loves to defend people and jump in, because he didn't do that last time when James was berating Ariana, but because he loves defending Raquel. Guess who jumps in there? Good old Sandoval. And he gets into it with Katie. So this started with Katie and Raquel having a conversation, and when Raquel can't stand on her own 2 feet, and Katie's making a point, Sandoval's got to jump in there and defend her and get in there because he cares so much for Raquel. Yeah, she's like, I gave you an opportunity to prove to me that you weren't that kind of person. Sandoval's like, oh, we gotta prove things to you? And Katie's like, shut up, Sandoval. Oh, no! Then he gets in there, just like he loves to do.
And I gave you an opportunity to prove to me you aren't that person.
Oh, we gotta prove things to you, huh?
Shut up, dude. Shut up.
No. You know what? Ariana's not very happy with you right now.
So Tom just found out Katie was saying things at the beach. So how did he have time to tell Ariana about this? I think he's lying. Also, Ariana's not very happy with you ganging up on girls, Sandoval, so maybe you should stop.
She's not very happy with you right now.
Why is she not happy with you?
Yeah, me and Raquel went to the Abbey, and apparently, like, that's where our secret rendezvous is.
Has anything physical ever happened between you and Raquel?
No. Nothing has happened between Raquel and I. Nothing. Like, it wouldn't happen between me and Kate.
She's like, shut up. Like, I'm talking to Raquel. He's like, no. You know what? Ariana's not happy with you. Ariana's not very happy with you. Why are you using Ariana? If Ariana did tell you she's upset with Katie, she will talk to Katie on her own. She does not need you to speak for her. Especially the way that Ariana was saying, I don't want it to be you after all the women. You know, especially considering Ariana's been disagreeing with the way that you go about things. She's like, you're attacking women. And what do? You go out there with your attack mode ready, and you're like, Ariana's mad at you. If Ariana is upset with her, which I don't think Ariana knows that she's saying these things because Sheena hasn't told her. I don't know if Sandoval went ahead and told her while she's going through this emotional state. But if Ariana did say that's upsetting that Katie would say that, or I'm mad at Katie, I think she would have talked to Katie on her own, like woman to woman. She's a grown-ass person. She did not need you to say that. You pulling out Ariana, like Ariana's mad at you. Ariana would hate you if she knew what you were doing. She would hate you. So please don't speak Ariana like you have any reason to act like Ariana is involved in this. Like, you were defending Raquel, and you're bringing up, Ariana's mad at you. And she's like, why is Ariana mad at me? Because, of course, everybody loves Ariana. Like, everybody cares. She's like, why is Ariana mad at me? Like, we just went to the shop and we were fine. Like, why is Ariana mad? Because she knows what you've been saying. It's like, oh my God, you are so disgusting. It's like, you're not the one happy. You're the one that's not happy with her, not Ariana. So he's like, supposedly you saw us at the Abbey, and that's where our relationship is going on. It's like, ew, you know it's true. And then Lala's like, no, that's what Allie said, that she saw you and Raquel together there. Katie's like, Allie, did I tell you they had an open relationship? And Allie says something she never said before.
I don't recall saying anything. All I remember is if it's not public knowledge, they don't.
I thought it was a weird no rules thing. This wording is odd.
I told James that's the only words that I will stand by.
Public knowledge.
She's like, you said, I don't know, she uses some terminology that it's like, wait, you never said that before. Like, what does that mean? I'm so confused, you know? But Katie's like, I never said open relationship. And in the confessional, they straight up ask, like, has anything happened between you and Raquel? And Sandoval puts on the weirdest voice. First of all, he lies right to our face. And second of all, he's like, no. We've never done anything. No. Nothing that you and a regular friend wouldn't do. Like, it's such a bad lie. It's awful. Awful.
Oh, no. Like, nothing. Like, that wouldn't happen between...
No, like, nothing. So bad. Like, nothing. His voice, literally, the inflection changes. And while he's saying this in the confessional, no, nothing that wouldn't happen between, you know, like, me and Katie. Hold on. In the beginning of the episode, Katie said, I have never hung out with Sandoval alone at the Abbey. I have never gone dancing with him, just me and him. Never, right? She couldn't even fathom doing it. I would never do it. It's weird. Yet, Sandoval says, we wouldn't do anything that me and Katie wouldn't do. Hold on. You and Katie wouldn't go to the Abbey together at 1 and go dancing. This is a horrible example. Like, trying to show you guys are friendly in the way you and Katie are friendly. You would never hang out one-on-one with Katie, ever. So the fact that you would compare the relationship is so dumb. Like, Katie literally said, I would never do this with Sandoval, and you did it with Raquel. And you're saying, we're just as close, you know, it's like me and Katie. What? That's a contradictory right there. Like, that's literally, like, your lies falling apart right there, you know? And I think this just brings together the point, like, everybody has different relationships, right? Like, Sheena's like, I could go to Abby with Sandoval. Who cares? It would be normal. Katie's like, I would never go to the Abbey with Sandoval because they're not close friends. And when Raquel goes to the Abbey with Sandoval, it has a different meaning as well because they're hooking up. This means that everybody can have different dynamics with each other. So it's like Sandoval and Raquel going to the Abbey, like, it's not the same as every person going because clearly Katie can never picture it. Sheena could picture it. And doing it with Raquel, it's a different situation. Like, every person has a different relationship with each other. That's what this feels like, you know? That's what the truth is about all of this. Like, everybody has a different relationship, and that includes Raquel and Tom. They have a different type of relationship because Sheena has a relationship where she could picture doing that with him, but she's never done it. Like, she's never gone dancing with him alone. Katie can't even picture it. Raquel has gone out dancing with him alone. So they're closer than the other friends. Like, he's trying to show how, like, distant the relationship is with him and Raquel. It's so hard to imagine him and Katie hooking up, right? So he's trying to use Katie as an example to be like, a relationship is like me and Katie. Like, you would never picture me and Katie making out. But that right there is, like, so telling that he's lying. Because your relationship is not like yours and Katie's. Not at all. You low-key hate Katie. You're always saying Raquel's a cool, amazing person, and you think she's super hot too, and you're hanging out with her at the club at 1 a.m., which you're not doing with any of your other friends. So using Katie as the example was like the dumbest thing you could say. At least it would be like going out with Sheena. Like, Katie? Really? That just shows you're lying. You would never go out by yourself with Katie ever. So why do you say you and Raquel are like you and Katie? Sounds completely different. You guys are doing completely different things. He says, nothing has happened between me and Raquel that wouldn't happen between me and Katie. That's a lie that we can trace because you would never go with Katie dancing alone. Katie said that in the beginning of the episode. Like, you were so dumb. You were so dense. It's like, almost like the world is against Tom. Like, he got caught cheating, which was great, and every lie and everything he's saying, the confessionals and, like, scenes in the show contradict that. Like, the universe wants Sandoval to be proven wrong, wants all of his lies to come out. Like, you saying, I wouldn't do anything I didn't do with Katie is a blatant lie. Katie said in the confessional she would never do that with you. And you don't know she said that. How could you? So it's like the universe is all, like, falling together for you to get caught as, like, the biggest liar and cheater ever. The most disingenuous person. Charlie doesn't need to get invited to the bar. She's just gonna show up there anyway. Allie says, like, all I remember is if it's not public knowledge, they don't care. Like, what? You never said this when you told James or when you told Sheena. Like, what do you mean if it's not public knowledge, they don't care? Like, so it means, like, Ariana does not want to know because it's not public knowledge? It doesn't sound like she's insinuating it's an open relationship anymore. Like, it sounds like if it's not public knowledge, they don't want to know. Like, what does that even mean? Like, it is public knowledge. We all know you guys went to the Abbey. So does that mean Ariana wants to know? So that means that they don't have an open relationship if she wants to know? What? Like, that makes it sound less like Katie insinuated an open relationship. Why did Allie not say this before? And she's like, that's the only thing that I will stand by. But you said, like, weird no rules and, like, other terms when you talk to everybody else. This is the first time you say this. So, like, these are the only words you will stand by? Like, this is getting a little sticky. Like, I know you want to stay out of it, but don't bring up terms that you never used before, because that's going to get things a lot more sticky. Katie confirms that there's no open relationship, so that's been confirmed as well. I don't think she even tried to insinuate that. I think she was trying to say that there's no, like, leash, the way that a normal couple would have, like, boundaries with each other. Because why would she insinuate, like, an open relationship? Like, Ariana's your friend. You don't want her to look bad. Like, you're going to try to make it sound like they're not cheating. Like, you hate Raquel. If anything, you would want Ariana to know what's going on. You wouldn't justify, like, well, they probably have an open thing. Like, that doesn't sound like something Katie would say. Like, you wouldn't talk shit about Ariana if you know they don't, you know? And it sounds like she knows they don't. But yeah, Sandoval gets in there like, you know the problem with you, Katie? When you and Schwartz broke up, all you did was talk about how horrible he is. Like, Schwartz felt bad, and you didn't. It's like, why are we doing this when it's about you being at the Abbey with Raquel? Why are we, like, going into, like, getting at Katie? Like, there's the deflection again, Sandoval.
You don't take any accountability ever. You know what the truth is? Schwartz would talk about your guys' breakup as like, it happened up here. When you talk about it, you're like, I was left with no choice. I make mistakes all the time.
You don't ever say that.
Very manipulative.
But you shouldn't be with somebody for who you want them to be. You should be with them for who they are. That's what's up.
Sit down.
That's what's up.
Sit down.
Wow, that was so profound and Sandoval.
It is profound.
Bitch, get a life.
And everybody sees right through him. Like, I love everybody, like, not even reacting and ignoring him. It's, like, amazing. Like, your game is so old, you know? And he walks off like, you should be with somebody not for the person you think they are, but for who they really are. That's what's up. That's what's up. And he, like, walks away, and they're like, wow, profound, Sandoval. You know, the Tweedle Toms, they're so stupid. They make themselves look like Tweedle Toms for sure this episode. Everyone's like, wow, profound, Tom. Yeah. And he's like, yeah. And he's like walking away. Like, that's the last scene. It's like, you guys are disgusting. Like, just date, like, just live together, Toms. Be together, be single, and never open your bar. That's what you should do. The Tweedle Toms dwindling their bank accounts to nothing. I can't wait when, like, everybody starts catching Sandoval lying and being an ass, how he's gonna, like, deflect so hard and be like, well, you're rude, and, it's like, it's gonna be so obvious when he does it then, because it's obvious now. Katie's so freaking right when she clocks Sandoval here, and she's like, it's just manipulative. It's true, it is. You're right, Katie. Call it how I see it.
Call it as I see it.
Like she said, call it how I see it.
With them for who they are. That's what's up.
Sit down.
Wow, that was so...
That's what's up. Sorry, I'm being Tom. It is profound. That's what's up. Tom out.
Bitch, get a life.
Katie's like, bitch, get a life. It's like, don't kill my vibe, like the title. But I know the title's about James and Schwartz at the beach, because it's beach, you know? But this is also a good moment for the title. Like, perfect title. Great job, Bravo. Mwah. Great job. I love also the walk-off, like the Sandoval walk-off. So good. Can't wait for next week's episode. I think the Toms are starting to fall apart, and I'm starting to think maybe Schwartz's behavior, like how awful he's being and ornery, is because he can't cope with the fact that his best friend is like a horrible person. Like, he's realizing that they're just like losers, you know? So maybe he's like acting so weird because he has found out about Raquel and Sandoval, you know? Like, Sandoval's acting weird because he knows what he's doing, and maybe Schwartz is acting up because, like, the pressure is on him now, too, because, like, he's part of this lie, too, you know? I don't know, but Schwartz particularly acted a fool this episode, and the tides are turning. Like, Lala and Katie are starting to look a lot more genuine. I'm starting to understand Katie and Lala a lot more. Like, Lala says that Raquel would have won this season if we didn't find out what we did. But honestly, I don't know about that, because when you look at what's going on, like the Oliver thing, okay? Like, she kind of came out good in that, whatever. Then you have like the Schwartz thing. You did kind of like hook up with Schwartz, you know, like kiss him. That was rude, so like that doesn't look great. But whatever, you know, Katie just holds on to things. But I think the fact that Raquel is like jumping from guy to guy, like Peter, Oliver, Schwartz, it kind of makes her not look so great. Like, what is your issue that you're just like jumping back like to different guys all the time, you know? Like, I don't really know if she would have won this season because I feel like things are gonna get worse, and I think that Raquel's true colors are gonna come out, like not just because of the Scandoval, but just like her being like a fake person, you know, like it's starting to show. So that's everything for this episode. I just thought I would shoot this one out while we're still like, you know, in the midst of this, the week of this episode, and I would edit and deal with the rest of the episodes later. I just wanted to shoot the most relevant one out there. I'm also doing a video about Sandoval's interview and basically like going through all of the talking points and all of the contradictions because there's so many. So I'm in the process of working on that too. So if you enjoy these videos, go ahead and subscribe, give me a like, I would really appreciate it. I would really appreciate the subscription because I will be releasing a lot more content, and thank you so much for watching. Bye! Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, I thought like Lala was being a little dramatic, but like Schwartz is looking worse and worse. So like at this point I'm starting to be on Lala's side, like not just because of the Scandoval stuff, but like Schwartz's behavior, you know? Same with Katie, like I'm starting to understand how Katie feels because Schwartz's true colors are coming out, you know?
Just like, tell Ariana.
Anyway.
What's your name?
Tom. And Tom.